Welcome to How to Yu-Gi-Oh!
Summary, fundamental, basics.
Chapter 1.
So what will I talk about in this video? Well, I'll generalize the things that you're going to need to know about Yu-Gi-Oh! If you're a newcomer or if you're returning to the game. So keep in mind what this video contains. It'll be some basic information, and as the summary videos go in depth and we cover more topics in them, we will get to the meat and potatoes of what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is and the things that you will need to know. Now, with that being said, let's move on to the next part of the video where we'll cover color coding.
Chapter 2.
There's one thing that you need to realize in Yu-Gi-Oh! And that is the color code. The color code is going to be extremely important, especially if you're first starting Yu-Gi-Oh! Or you're a returning player. This is a key knowledge or key basic that you're going to need to know. Knowing cards by their color is going to be pivotal to you skipping reading. One of the most important things that I want to emphasize in this video is that I want to give you techniques and skills that you will need and use, meaning that you're not going to need to read as much. We will cover other important factors in later summary videos as we will cover more important information and break them down to what you need. But for now, knowing cards by their color is important. For example, as we go to the next slide, you'll need to know that this color,
yellow, means that is a normal monster.
and that this color,
Pink means that is a trap card.
Possibly you could have
White or silver means that is a synchro monster.
also.
that this color,
Purple means that is a fusion monster.
How about
this color,
Black means that is an XYZ monster.
maybe,
that this color,
Plain blue means that is a ritual monster.
perhaps,
this color,
Orange means that is a effect monster.
sometimes?
this color,
Blue with patterns means that is a link monster.
How about
this color,
Green means that is a spell card.
finally?
this color.
Two colors on a card means that is a pendulum monster.
Also that all the colors that you see mean these certain things. So bear that in mind, and I think we've covered everything that you need to know at this point. And that's it, really. Let's move on to the next point. And getting to this slide, I'm going to be talking about the class system. So, what is the class system in Yu-Gi-Oh?
What gives a Yu-Gi-Oh monster its class is three things: attribute, the level, and type.
With that explained and out of the way, let's go to those numbers that you can see on the screen. You can see number 1 points to the attribute of the card, the monster card, Blue Eyes White Dragon. Number 2 points to the level, and number 3 points to the type of monster that it is. These three things are usually denoted to tell us the class of Yu-Gi-Oh monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh. Class of Yu-Gi-Oh monsters will always follow these three ingredients. Whereas when it comes to spells and traps, it's going to follow those three ingredients, but those three ingredients will be completely different. Where one will point to, that will point to the type of card that it is. Usually on spells and traps, that attribute symbol will be telling you that it is a spell or a trap. The level symbol will usually be replaced with the icons, whether that's going to be the type of spell that it is. Is it a quick play? Is it continuous? Is it a normal spell? Whatever it is. So that tells you the type of spell that it is. And number 3, on a spell or trap, that will usually tell you what the effect is. What type of effect is it? It is. Is it a turn effect? Is it a counter effect? Is it a continuous effect? Whatever it is. We will cover types of effects in future summary videos. But for now, know that the class system tells us a lot about what Yu-Gi-Oh is, and is part of one of the core principles of Yu-Gi-Oh. I think I got that covered, so let's go to the next point.
Chapter 3.
And here you have it. You can see in front of you, we have a face-up card. So let's talk about it. What is a face-up card and what does it mean in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Face-up cards in Yu-Gi-Oh have a class. That means they can be identified as Yu-Gi-Oh cards, meaning playability.
Okay, I can see you can understand now, and I think that's been perfectly explained. Let's talk about a face-down card. So what is a face-down card and what does it mean in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Face-down cards in Yu-Gi-Oh do not have a class, which means they cannot be identified. Cards with no ID don't exist in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Good. I think we've covered that, and I think you know now what a face-down card is. And so, let's go to the overall conclusion.
Final chapter.
And here you have it. We have the conclusion to this summary video. Well, what have I got to say here? What I've got to say here is these are going to be the basics, the things that you're going to need to know when starting and getting your feet wet with Yu-Gi-Oh! We will cover, as your sensei, I will cover more things, but for now, these are the things you're initially going to need to know so that getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Will be an easy process. Trust me, from here onwards, it's going to get much more complicated, much harder, but don't worry, as your sensei here, I'm going to guide you and help you into more nuanced things that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has to offer. With these things that I've said as your foundation, hopefully you will not get lost in the future, and you can please remember to always come back to these videos, these summary videos that cover things, or the basics of Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyway, so that you won't get lost. Well, hope to see you soon.
We come to the end of this video. So, as I like to say, you are one step closer to becoming a Yu-Gi-Oh! Master. My fate, right, is in your hands.